Here. All right. The conversations that I was having with people that used to go there, or neighbors that used to go there, or people that are surrounding uh, that community. Well, the thing is they all know what the hell's going on. So when 700 to 800 people go down to 50 lickety split, it's because a lot of people know, and the shit's believable. Because for people to leave a congregation is tough, okay? Because of the investment that they have in these organizations. So for people to actually bounce and go somewhere else like that, that says a lot. That says people knew a lot, people talked a lot, and at the same time, people were able to back up what they were talking about because there was proof. So when it comes to all that stuff, right? You know, Micah, Micah had to have been telling some people at the church that she really cared about, right? I mean, that she really cared about. Look, you don't want to make this decision, you know? You, there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people know, and you know damn well they're talking to investigators. You know it. You know it. Before filing the motion, J.P. Miller's attorney, Joy Page, asked Regina Ward, the attorney for his wife's family, to agree to seal the records according to emails attached to the motion. Ward's paralegal wrote back that the attorney typically would consent to sealing a file, but due to the circumstances in this particular matter, she would not. J.P. Miller also claimed the move would protect his wife's public image, but he wasn't worried about that when he posted the frickin' photo, which he said he would be at risk if the records remained public due to the evidence of her mental illness. Okay, what? J.P. Miller also claimed the move would protect his wife's public image, which he said would be at risk if the records remained public due to evidence of her mental illness, medical neglect, and or criminal behavior. Though he did not specify what he meant, he's the one that's putting all this out there. That's what his videos are about, is her mental illness, her medical neglect, and criminal behavior. He said she was stalking him. He said she was putting tags on his vehicle. He's telling he's telling his congregation all this stuff. And you're the one that spread it in the first place, bro. So this is the reason? He's already spread that. The motion also said sealing the records would be for the safety of everyone involved and would protect access to medical records involving doctor-patient confidentiality. Is that going to be part of the 350 reasons? I mean, he's already talked about all of this stuff already. Is this right here the doctor-patient confidentiality, or is that what he's going to use as the 350? What do you guys think? Why would some of the church members, to avoid disclosing private information about the members of his church? That's weird. In probate court records, Mica's family has accused J.P. Miller of abusing her and driving her to live in fear. About 6 weeks before her passing, Mica had called the police on J.P. Miller at least 3 times, saying that he slashed her tires, tracked her car, and showed up at a gas station to harass her. I mean, we saw the video. The pastor has steadfastly maintained in statements he did not abuse Mica and that he simply is a grieving husband struggling to come to grips with his wife's untimely passing. The latest motion by JP in family court also follows an agreement that his attorneys reached with Ward on June 5th over the custody of Mica's belongings that she had with her on the day that she passed. After Mica's body was found at Lumber River State Park in North Carolina on April 27th, authorities ruled that the 30-year-old's passing was a self-unaliving, but her family and friends have continued to push for a deeper accounting of her husband's behavior during the marriage and the toll they said it took on his young wife. Sierra Francis, Mica's sister and appointed special administrator of her estate, has asked the court to grant Mica's family the appointment of a forensic expert to conduct a financial investigation into the marital estate. See what I'm saying? Financials. The investigation is to account for any fraudulent transfers of marital property, including money and accounts, and property. According to a May 7th filing, J.P. Miller has denied any and all claims of financial wrongdoing, and he has pushed back again against this request, as well as the family's request for the judge to approve a posthumous name change for Mica. So he doesn't even want the name change. The change would either restore her maiden name of Mica Francis, or it would simply drop her married last name, making it Mica Acacia, her first and middle name. If granted, the death certificate and all other relevant documents would reflect this change. Let's see. All right, here we go. I know my sister to have expressed the abuse and violence against her by her husband to others, including family members and members of the church congregation. Mica told me that there were people following her, keeping track of where she went. She thought that Mr. Miller hired people to follow her. Mr. Miller later confirmed this during a sermon I watched. Mica confided in me that Mr. Miller was moving assets that were in his name, such as his vehicle, changed the deed to their house to the church, transferring interest in Crocodile Rocks to one of his sons. Mica confided in me that they were doing those things in February, or he was. In February 2024, Mr. Miller removed my sister's personal items from the home they shared while she was admitted to Waccamaw Mental Health Facility and left them at the apartment of Diana Noasi. My sister was not aware that her personal possessions had been removed from her residence until she was released from the hospital. Prior to her admission to Waccamaw, Mica was gathering and sorting the evidence she had to bring to an attorney for filing divorce to support her claims against Mr. Miller as to his abuse character, his paramours and associates he, quote, paid off or blackmailed. That's a lot of stuff. While at the facility, those documents, emails, files, etc. were removed from her phone. Remember, she probably got a lot of documents, took a lot of photos. Did she back them up? I bet you she backed them up. You know she backed them up. And I bet you she would have given them to her best friend. If anything happens, here's this flash drive, right? If you're going to collect all these documents, did the investigators have, oh, come on. There had to be, unless he got it, unless he was able to get it, there had to be a flash drive, y'all. Because listen, you can go to frickin' Best Buy and you can pick up a 64 gigabyte or whatever flash drive for like $15. So you just literally take those photos that you took, all the documents you took of whatever list of diagrams, people, whatever, you took all these photos, that's only filling up a couple. You don't even need a crazy flash drive. It's only a couple gigabytes when you're talking about photos. She would have had to have backed up those files. When you're talking about the transfers of the property, you're talking about right here. The associates he paid off and blackmailed while at the facility, the documents, emails, files. That's a lot. That had to be backed up. Is that why the FBI? Is that why the FBI started in? That's why the FBI started investigating. That's why the FBI started investigating it right away. Because they got that damn flash drive. Is that why the fisherman took the purse? Because he said something's wrong here. And he's looking around and he said something was wrong. But you're going to take somebody's purse and you're not going to look for the person that you heard crying? I heard somebody crying for a while and then it just stopped and I was worried something's wrong. And then his story about coming up to the slough, I knew something was wrong. That's why I looked to the left, I looked to the right, and I grabbed the bag and I put it in my boat, my kayak. That's why he took the frickin' purse. That's why he took the purse home, because he needed to fucking go through it. Hold on a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He would have looked at the purse. He would have looked in if he was hold on a minute. If he wanted the flash drive, he didn't have to take it home to go look through the purse. He could have looked through the purse in his truck. I guarantee you, he had to meet somebody because they didn't want him to open the purse. That person, yo, Johnny, you better you better meet me at this parking lot and do not open that purse. Do not open that purse. You open that purse, you know what's going to happen to you. And then they had to be the ones to look through the purse to see if the flash drive was in there or not. Yo. I don't know. I think that's what it is. I think they got a flash drive. Because that's a lot of documents. If you feel that you're being listen, you're going to be like, you're going to trust your most closest friend. And I bet, oh shit, here's another one, you guys. I bet you that's why JP was contacting her best friend right away when she didn't even know that she had passed, remember? I bet you it was to see if she knew anything about the flash drive. Ooh. JP was feeling her out to see if she knew anything. Is there a flash drive? Is there a memory device? We couldn't find it in the purse. Johnny couldn't find it in the purse. All but a 500, right? Nothing more. Nothing less. Every bit of it. When it comes to the fisherman's story, the bag was passed. If the fisherman was really walking to get the bag, the fisherman had to walk by Mica to get to the bag. The bag was after Mica's body. So, I don't know. Think about it. The bag was after Mica's body if the fisherman was walking the way the fisherman was talking. All right? They sure did give each other alibis, didn't they? Yeah, he said I can see why you didn't see her when you were walking past. I can see why you didn't see her. And I said, "Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I know you didn't have nothing to do with it either, man. I know you didn't have nothing to do with it either. It was a whole bunch of covering each other's fucking ass, right? I know he didn't have nothing to do with it. I want to make that clear. He says he knew I didn't have nothing to do with it. I want to make that clear. Yeah, he didn't have nothing to do with it. And I told him I understood, and he said, "Yeah, I know you didn't have nothing to do with it either." Oh, okay. Just some kayaker. Yeah, some fisherman. But you know each other's names. You know you do. Come on. And you know why it just all even it boils down to why would if she wants her family to find her, why in the hell is she going across the state line? Like why? Micah talked about what she wanted her life to be like following her divorce from Mr. Miller, having traveled for a church mission this past fall from October 15th through October 27th, 2023. 100% lured. Micah was intending to participate in additional missions, even to live part time in Kenya. Micah recently shipped some of her personal items to Kenya in preparation of her stay there. She was getting ready to move to Kenya, y'all, so she could expose JP from a safe distance. She was getting ready to expose him. She was going to go back there, expose him from a safe distance. What's safer when you're exposing somebody when you're across country borders, right? It says, my sister was hopeful for her future after filing from divorce from John Paul. My sister also expressed to me that she was fearful that she would not make it to the divorce, and that her life would be taken from her. It is my belief, based on conversation with my sister, that she told multiple people, including other family members, that she would not make it to the divorce and that her life would be taken from her. That's why I'm saying she backed up these files on a flash drive. And I bet you that's why the FBI went, yep, we're investigating. Because she backed it up. She handed it off to somebody and gave them a copy in case something happened to her, because that's what she felt her life would be taken from her. You're going to back up your shit and you're going to give somebody else a copy. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Especially because you already know that if you're doing this and you know that this dude is capable of different things, you know that it's a possibility, but to you, it's like, look, it's about everybody. It's about helping everybody. And watch, the right thing's going to happen. The right thing is going to happen. The people that are going to need to be held responsible are going to be held responsible. It's gonna take some time when you're dealing, like I said in the beginning, you're dealing with financials. It's gonna take some time, but I guarantee you she had to have some stuff. And I guarantee you the right thing is gonna happen. It's just gonna take time. Micah stated to Sierra on many occasions, if I end up with a bullet, it was not by me, it was JP. When somebody says that, it ain't no joke. You understand. Micah forwarded a family group text message notifying us that Mr. Miller was served the divorce papers on April 25th, just 2 days before.
Can you let a supervisor know that I have